Welcome to our exploration of audio podcasting and the fascinating world of sonic branding. In today's digital age, sound has become a powerful tool for brands to connect with audiences on a deeper level. Sonic branding goes beyond catchy jingles. It's about crafting a unique audio identity that resonates with listeners and leaves a lasting impression. As podcasts continue to grow in popularity, understanding how sound shapes perception is more important than ever. In this video, we'll dive into the essentials of sonic branding, its impact on podcasting, and why every brand should consider its audio presence. Sonic branding is the strategic use of sound to reinforce a brand's identity. Think of the iconic chime you hear when you start your computer or the memorable notes of a famous soda commercial. These sounds are carefully designed to evoke emotions and associations with the brand. In podcasting, sonic branding can include intro music, sound logos, and even the tone of the host's voice. By creating a consistent audio experience, brands can build recognition and trust with their audience, making their message more memorable. Podcasting has exploded in popularity over the past decade, becoming a mainstream medium for storytelling, education, and entertainment. With millions of podcasts available, listeners can find content on virtually any topic. This rise has created new opportunities for brands to reach audiences in a more intimate and engaging way. Unlike traditional advertising, podcasts allow for deeper connections through long-form content and authentic conversation. As a result, sonic branding within podcasts is more important than ever for standing out in a crowded market. Sound is a powerful sensory experience that can influence our emotions, memories, and decisions. In podcasting, the right audio cues can set the mood, build anticipation, and reinforce key messages. Brands that invest in sonic branding are able to create a unique atmosphere that listeners associate with their values and story. Whether it's a signature jingle or a consistent tone of voice, these elements help brands stand out and stay top of mind. In a world full of visual noise, sound offers a distinct way to capture attention. Sonic branding is made up of several key elements. These include sound logos, theme music, voiceovers, and even the use of silence. Each component plays a role in shaping the listener's experience and perception of the brand. For example, a tech company might use futuristic sounds, while a wellness brand might opt for calming tones. The goal is to create a cohesive audio identity that aligns with the brand's values and message. When done right, these elements work together to make the brand instantly recognizable. Sound logo is a short, distinctive audio clip that represents a brand. Much like a visual logo, it's designed to be instantly recognizable and evoke specific feelings. Think of the three-note chime of a tech giant or the melodic tune of a streaming service. These sound logos are carefully crafted to reflect the brand's personality and values. In podcasting, a sound logo might play at the beginning or end of each episode, reinforcing the brand's presence and making it memorable for listeners. Music sets the tone for a podcast and helps establish its identity. The right theme can make a show feel professional, engaging, and unique. It signals to listeners that they're about to enter a familiar space, creating a sense of anticipation and comfort. Many successful podcasts use custom-composed music that aligns with their content and audience. This consistency builds brand recognition and makes the podcast more memorable, encouraging listeners to return for future episodes. Voice and tone used in a podcast are crucial elements of sonic branding. The host's voice, speaking style, and even accent can shape how listeners perceive the brand. A warm, friendly tone might make a brand feel approachable, while a formal style could convey professionalism. Consistency in voice and tone helps build trust and familiarity, making the podcast feel like a reliable companion. Brands should carefully consider who represents them and how they communicate through audio. Silence is an often overlooked aspect of sonic branding. Strategic pauses can create emphasis, build suspense, or give listeners a moment to reflect. In podcasting, silence can be just as powerful as music or sound effects. It allows important messages to stand out and gives the audience space to process information. Brands that use silence effectively demonstrate confidence and control over their audio environment, enhancing the overall listening experience. Consistency is key in sonic branding. Using the same sound logo, theme music, and tone across all episodes helps reinforce the brand's identity. Listeners come to expect certain sounds, which creates a sense of familiarity and trust. Inconsistent audio elements can confuse the audience and weaken the brand's impact. By maintaining a cohesive audio presence, brands can strengthen their connection with listeners and stand out in the crowded podcast landscape. Sound has the unique ability to evoke emotions and memories. A well-crafted audio brand can make listeners feel inspired, relaxed, or energized. In podcasting, emotional resonance is essential for keeping audiences engaged and invested in the content. Brands that understand the emotional power of sound can create deeper connections with their listeners, turning casual fans into loyal advocates. This emotional impact is what sets great podcasts apart from the rest. Storytelling is at the heart of podcasting, and sound plays a vital role in bringing stories to life. From background music to sound effects, every audio element contributes to the narrative. Sonic branding helps set the scene, guide the listener's emotions, and highlight key moments. By using sound strategically, brands can create immersive experiences that captivate and engage their audience, making each episode memorable and impactful. Sonic branding isn't limited to podcasts. It's a powerful tool in advertising as well. Brands use sound to make their ads more memorable and persuasive. A catchy jingle or a unique sound effect can make a commercial stand out and increase recall. In podcast ads, sonic branding ensures that the brand's message is consistent and recognizable, even when delivered by different hosts or in various formats. This consistency helps build trust and drives results. Let's look at some iconic sound logos that have become synonymous with their brands. The Intel chime, the Netflix Totem, and the McDonald's jingle are all examples of sonic branding done right. These short audio clips are instantly recognizable and evoke strong associations with the brand. In podcasting, brands can achieve similar results by creating their own unique sound logos that play at key moments, reinforcing their identity and making a lasting impression. Building a strong audio identity starts with understanding your brand's values, audience, and goals. Consider what emotions you want to evoke and how you want listeners to feel when they hear your podcast. Work with audio professionals to create custom music, sound logos, and voiceovers that reflect your brand's personality. Test different elements and gather feedback to ensure your sonic branding is effective and resonates with your audience. Producing a podcast with strong sonic branding involves several steps. Start by defining your audio identity, then collaborate with composers and sound designers to create custom elements. Record high-quality voiceovers and ensure all audio is mixed and mastered for clarity. Consistency is key. Use the same sounds across episodes and platforms. Regularly review and update your audio assets to keep your branding fresh and relevant. Selecting the right music for your podcast is crucial for setting the mood and reinforcing your brand. Consider your audience and the emotions you want to evoke. Upbeat tunes can energize listeners, while softer melodies might create a calming atmosphere. Make sure your music is original or properly licensed to avoid copyright issues. The right music will enhance your content and make your podcast more enjoyable and memorable. Sound effects and transitions add depth and professionalism to your podcast. Use them to signal changes in segments, highlight important points, or create atmosphere. Subtle effects can make your content more engaging without distracting from the message. Be consistent with your choices to maintain a cohesive audio identity. When used thoughtfully, sound effects and transitions can elevate your podcast and reinforce your brand. Choosing the right voiceover artist is essential for conveying your brand's personality. Consider factors like tone, accent, and delivery style. The voice should align with your brand values and appeal to your target audience. Test different voices and gather listener feedback to find the best fit. A great voiceover can make your podcast more engaging and help establish a strong audio identity. Quality audio is non-negotiable in podcasting. Poor sound can distract listeners and damage your brand's reputation. Invest in good microphones, recording equipment, and editing software. Record in a quiet environment and use professional mixing and mastering to ensure clarity. Consistent, clear audio shows that you value your audience and take your brand seriously. In creating sonic branding for your podcast, it's important to consider legal issues like copyright and licensing. Always use original music or properly licensed tracks to avoid legal trouble. Keep records of your audio assets and agreements with composers or voiceover artists. Protect your own sound logos and music by registering them as trademarks if possible. Taking these steps ensures your brand is safe and your content remains online. Do you know if your sonic branding is working? Track metrics like listener retention, brand recall, and audience feedback. Pay attention to how often your podcast is shared and mentioned online. Survey your audience to see if they recognize your sound logo or theme music. Use this data to refine your audio strategy and make improvements over time. Successful sonic branding leads to higher engagement and stronger brand loyalty. The world of audio is constantly evolving, with new trends and technologies emerging all the time. Stay up to date with the latest in podcasting and sonic branding by following industry news and experimenting with new formats. Be open to feedback and willing to adapt your audio identity as your brand grows. Flexibility and innovation will help you stay relevant and continue to engage your audience. Podcasts have a global audience, making it important to consider cultural differences in your sonic branding. Music, voice, and sound effects can have different meanings in different regions. Research your target markets and adapt your audio elements to resonate with diverse audiences. This approach will help your podcast connect with listeners around the world and expand your brand's reach. Accessibility is an important consideration in podcasting and sonic branding. Make sure your audio is clear and easy to understand for all listeners, including those with hearing impairments. Provide transcripts and consider using descriptive audio for key elements. Inclusive audio practices ensure that everyone can enjoy your content and help your brand reach a wider audience. As technology advances, the possibilities for sonic branding are expanding. Voice assistants, smart speakers, and immersive audio experiences are changing how brands interact with audiences. Stay ahead by exploring new audio technologies and integrating them into your podcast strategy. The future of sonic branding is bright, with endless opportunities for creativity and connection. Sonic branding helps build strong relationships with listeners, turning them into loyal fans. Consistent, memorable audio elements create a sense of belonging and trust. Engage your audience by inviting them to participate in the creation of your sound identity, such as voting on theme music or submitting sound bites. This involvement deepens their connection to your brand and encourages long-term loyalty. You don't need a big budget to create effective sonic branding. Small brands can use affordable tools and resources to develop their audio identity. Focus on authenticity and consistency, and don't be afraid to experiment with different sounds. Even simple elements like a unique intro or a consistent sign-off can make a big difference in how your podcast is perceived. Working with audio professionals can take your sonic branding to the next level. Composers, sound designers, and voiceover artists bring expertise and creativity to your project. Collaborate closely to ensure your audio elements align with your brand vision. Professional input can help you avoid common pitfalls and create a polished, effective audio identity. Your audio identity shouldn't be limited to your podcast. Integrate your sonic branding across all platforms, including social media, videos, and advertisements. Consistent use of sound logos and music strengthens your brand and makes it more recognizable. This multi-platform approach ensures your audience has a cohesive experience wherever they encounter your brand. The podcast host plays a key role in representing your brand. Their personality, delivery, and interaction with guests all contribute to your audio identity. Choose a host who embodies your brand values and can connect authentically with your audience. A great host can turn listeners into fans and make your podcast stand out. Engaging your audience is essential for building a successful podcast. Use interactive segments, listener shoutouts, and Q&A sessions to make your audience feel involved. Incorporate feedback into your sonic branding to show that you value their input. Engaged listeners are more likely to share your podcast and become loyal supporters. Regularly review analytics and gather listener feedback to measure the effectiveness of your sonic branding. Look for trends in listener behavior, such as episode completion rates and shares. Use surveys and social media to collect opinions on your audio elements. This data-driven approach helps you refine your strategy and ensure your branding resonates with your audience. Sonic branding can help you attract sponsors and monetize your podcast. A strong audio identity makes your show more appealing to advertisers looking for consistent, high-quality content. Integrate sponsor messages seamlessly into your episodes, using your sonic branding to maintain a professional and cohesive sound. This approach benefits both your brand and your sponsors. As your podcast grows, your sonic branding should evolve too. Update your music, sound logos, and voiceovers to reflect changes in your brand or audience preferences. Stay open to experimentation and innovation, and don't be afraid to refresh your audio identity. Evolving your sonic brand keeps your content fresh and engaging for longtime listeners. Avoid common pitfalls in sonic branding, such as inconsistent audio elements, poor sound quality, or generic music. These mistakes can confuse listeners and weaken your brand's impact. Always prioritize clarity, originality, and consistency in your audio choices. Regularly review your podcast to identify areas for improvement and keep your sonic branding strong. Study successful podcasts and brands to learn what works in sonic branding. Analyze their use of music, sound effects, and voice to see how they create a memorable audio identity. Apply these insights to your own podcast, adapting them to fit your brand and audience. Continuous learning and improvement are key to mastering sonic branding. Collaboration is essential for creating effective sonic branding. Work with your team, audio professionals, and even your audience to develop and refine your audio identity. Open communication and diverse perspectives lead to more creative and impactful results. Embrace collaboration as a core part of your podcasting process. In a world filled with constant noise, sonic branding helps your podcast cut through the clutter. Unique, memorable audio elements make your brand stand out and capture attention. Focus on creating sounds that are distinct and meaningful to your audience. This approach ensures your podcast remains relevant and top of mind. Extend your sonic branding to live events, webinars, and virtual conferences. Use your sound logo, theme music, and audio cues to create a cohesive experience for attendees. Consistent audio branding reinforces your identity and makes your events more memorable. This strategy strengthens your brand across all touchpoints. Social media is a powerful platform for sharing your podcast and sonic branding. Use short audio clips, sound logos, and music in your posts and stories to increase recognition. Consistent audio branding across social channels helps build a strong, unified brand presence and attracts new listeners to your podcast. Integrate your sonic branding into video content for a seamless brand experience. Use your sound logo, theme music, and consistent voiceovers in all videos. This approach ensures that your audience recognizes your brand, whether they're listening to a podcast or watching a video. Consistency across formats builds trust and strengthens your brand. Your sonic branding should reflect your brand's core values and mission. Choose sounds, music, and voices that align with what your brand stands for. Authenticity resonates with listeners and builds stronger connections. Regularly revisit your audio identity to ensure it stays true to your brand's vision and values. Nonprofit organizations can benefit from sonic branding by creating a unique audio identity that supports their mission. Use music and sound effects that evoke empathy and inspire action. Consistent audio branding helps nonprofits connect with supporters and amplify their message across podcasts, events, and campaigns. Conclusion: sonic branding is a vital part of audio podcasting, offering brands a unique way to connect with audiences and stand out in a crowded market. By crafting a consistent and memorable audio identity, brands can build trust, evoke emotions, and foster loyalty. Whether you're a large company or a small creator, investing in sonic branding will enhance your podcast and leave a lasting impression. Start building your audio identity today and unlock the full potential of sound.